One on the North Melbourne Footy Club. They came back in this game. Like they refused to lay down. Yeah. Yes, they lost, but do we give them a pass after their poor performance on Good Friday?
We give them a pass off the back of the last performance, but I heard even Jason Dunstall in the commentary, there's got to become a point where you turn these honourable losses into good wins. So at least it's better than the previous week, so there's the tick. The next step now is when you get within a couple of goals, can you keep and finish those games out?
They play Essendon this Thursday at Marvel Stadium. I'd love to see them, I want to see the Bombers win, but I'd love to see from North Melbourne's point of view, them actually really take it up and have a close game.
And a 5-day break with travel as well, so that's a test
tough.
within itself.
Is that a rule in the AFL? 5-day in travel, I can't see how.
No, you can do that, but there's a lot of clubs that find it very difficult to do so. They can only have a certain amount per year. The other talking point from this game, Jimmy, is Paul Curtis, who's been handed a 3-game suspension from the MRO for this tackle on Josh Sinn. It knocked him out. Yep. Careless, severe impact, high contact.
Yep, fire up the appeals, get the pie warmers ready, get everyone. Paul Curtis and North Melbourne should be appealing this.
I think they will.
And if things go the way they should be getting off. For me, what is Paul Curtis? What's the solution here? And what I'm talking about in two things is, what else could have Paul Curtis done here? Because you have to actually look at Sinn's knees going to the ground. He doesn't land in his back. He's on the side. I'd actually argue if he did let one arm go, you actually create that banging action into the turf with that momentum. And I also go to the fact is, whatever we're doing at the moment around suspending players just because they get concussed. Firstly, someone from the AFL come out and say any football incident and someone gets concussed, you're just getting 3 weeks. Own it if that's what you want. The second bit is, where we're at the moment is not the solution. Punishing current players for past mishandling of concussion and future litigation. Where we're at the moment is not the way we should keep continuing, because it's making it frustrating for fans like ourselves. Well, you two might have a different opinion. Fans like myself. It's making it frustrating for players, and it's making it frustrating for clubs. So this constant just meandering through and no one actually standing at the front of head office and going, this is what it is. It's driving us all mad. I'd feel for Paul Curtis.
Can we roll that again? Because I think that the Port Adelaide player had no awareness he was going to get tackled. You've got to have an awareness on the ground that, yes, you commit. He had no awareness, so he didn't brace himself. He didn't try and turn himself. If you think you're going to get tackled, that's when you brace. And I just think there's a responsibility, yes, on the tackler, but I agree with Jimmy totally, but on the player as well, to actually brace yourself as you're going to get tackled too.
And can I just make the point? Yeah. No way we're blaming Sinn there by any way. This is just purely around Paul Curtis and the broader discussion around we're just punishing. As soon as someone goes off for concussion, bad luck, you got 3 weeks. Accidents happen in a game. Yeah. So we can't keep spewing out we're a 360-degree game, we've got contact and things like that, and then we just hammer people because we've mismanaged concussion in the past.
No, I'm with you. I've been saying it all year on Footy Classified with you, Hurdy. The system is flawed because a low-level careless incident that is accidental, pretty much like that, gets 3 weeks instead of 1 or a fine, and that's where they need another column.
That's not 1. Even a fine. I mean, what is he actually meant to do?
What the AFL would argue, and I'm not saying this is right, the AFL would argue you either got to let them go or you got to turn them.
So don't tackle him.
But if he turned him, he hits him on the side of the head.
I'm with you. I know. This is where I think the system's flawed as well, Jimmy. I'm not disagreeing with you.
And this is why I've been banging on for ages, that if we had a football and non-football, when you mark that matrix out, that doesn't mean Paul Curtis doesn't get a fine or a suspension. But at least the bar is lower. Like you could say, hey, that tackle was a bit reckless, take a fine. But 3 weeks?
It's a heavy penalty, and we'll see you at the tribunal this week. That'll be a big story that evolves over the next 48 to 72 hours.